Naram chaiva naruttamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudiraita Nashtaprayasva bhadresu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati utamasloke Bhakti bhavati nastiki Om namo bhagavati vasudevaya Om namo bhagavati vasudevaya Om namo bhagavati vasudevaya. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 3, titled Liberation from the Illusory Energy. Text number 18. Shri Prabhupada Vacha Kamanya Rambasanana Dukkha Hatya Sukaya Cha Pasit Paka Viparyasam Mityum Jarinam Nirnam Shri Prabhupada Vacha Karmana Rabbasanana Dukkha Hatya Sukaya Cha Pasit Paka Viparyasam Mityun Charinam Nina Shri Prabhupada Vacha Karmana Rambhamanana Dukkha Hatya Sukaya Cha Pasyat Paka Viparyasam Mityun Charinam Nita. Translation. Srila Prabhupada said, accepting the roles of male and female in human society, the conditioned souls unite in sexual relationships. Thus, they constantly make material endeavors to eliminate their happiness and unlimitedly increase their pleasure. But one should see that they inevitably achieve exactly the opposite result. In other words, their happiness inevitably vanishes as they grow older. Their material discomfort increases. A very small purport. Without the mercy of a pure devotee, it is exceedingly difficult to free oneself from the bodily concept of life, which is the illusory basis of sexual attraction. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vindam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the speaker here is one of the 9 Yogendra by the name Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada Uvacha. So he is speaking to King Nimi. So the context is that part of the discussion is the context of this discussion is that they are discussing on how to become free from the illusory energy or Maya. And then the core message is that materialistic endeavors for pleasure, particularly through physical contact or physical relationships, lead to misery, and also they are temporal. And then the result of that life is that in due course of time, age increases, and physical strength and capacity for enjoyment decreases. And that leads to a greater frustration in the material world. So people are trying to hold on, but it's not possible. Like I remember when I joined ISKCON, I was like these young men here. They can dance like antelopes. I was doing the same thing. Now I just look young. I'm an old man. I just enjoy seeing them. I cannot dance like them. So this is the reality, that as we grow older, we lose a lot of body energy. Even the things that we enjoy, we can just watch now. The young boys enjoying dancing because their bodies are still strong. So in a similar way, the material body is itself an illusion for the soul. That's why Narada Modi refers to he says about this body, or the living entity in this body is Puranjana. Navadware Puranjana Raja Rajan. My dear king, once upon a time, there was a king called Puranjana. Brihat Shava. This king was very much celebrated for his Kamakandiya activities. He was doing yagyas in order to increase his enjoyment. And then Narasimha continued, he said, but this king had a friend. Tasya Vigyata Namasit. The friend of Puranjana was called Avigyata Saka, unknown friend. That refers to Paramatma. Avigyata Chestita. No one can understand the activities of the friend of Puranjana. So even though the living entity in the material world is caught up in so many ways, the Supreme Lord in his partial expansion, or as Chaitya Guru or Paramatma, is always accompanying the living entity. Therefore, he is known as a well-wishing friend. So in that way, Narada Muni, that's how he began this story. How Puranjana, Pura means this body. Asit Puranjana Raja Rajan. Pura means this body. And Janaha means the living entity. So the living entity, he enjoys in this body, which is like a city of 9 gates. Narada Muni tells the story very nicely in the 4th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 25. How he gets entangled in this kingdom of the body. So in a similar way, this culture goes on, life after life. Therefore the Shastra says, Sarvu Pari Vinid Muktam Tat Paratvena Nirmana Rishikesha Rishikena Sevanam Bhakti Sevanam Bhakti Uchate. Yes. Just by engaging in the service of Rishikesha, Bhagavan, who is the master of the senses, and then the senses can become controlled. And then when the senses are controlled, and then the living entity is able to regain his original position. So as the age increases, his strength, his energies become reduced, and he worries more and more. This is the nature of the material world. Manu Samhita says, what is it? Pravitir hiyasa buddhanam nivritis tu mahaphalam. That actually most of the living entities, they think that happiness is in enjoyment, material enjoyment. But actually, the real happiness is experienced when someone has become attached to material enjoyment. And that is the truth that the Bhagavatam is teaching here. Just like Maharaj, he told Hiranyakashipu the same thing. That he says, Matirna Krishna Paratu Swatatu Vai Mitu Abhiptita Grihana Vartanam Adanda Gopir Visatam Tamishram Punas Charvananam Punas Charvita Charvananam. He says that because of uncontrolled senses. Because of their uncontrolled senses, people who are addicted to material enjoyment or to sense gratification enter into darkest regions of hell. How they can be saved? He says that, why is that? Because they repeatedly chew that which has been chewed. Yeah. Punas charva charvananam. So that is going on even up to this day. That people are simple trying to chew that which is already being chewed. Prabhupada gave an example of sugarcane as an analogy, that when you chew on sugarcane, you extract all the sugarcane juice. And then after that, it's just the fiber. And then you can't really get any sweetness, and then you spit that. And then somebody else comes like a goat. He takes that. You see, goats, they take that, they start to chew, but actually there's no juice in it. You see animals like goats, they'll try to chew whatever is there, but actually there is no juice in it. So in that way, the living entity continues in material existence. Life after life, trying to chew that which has been chewed, which has no juice. Why? Because of the senses. So when it comes to Srimad Bhagavatam, we see that Bhagavatam is more about sense control and focusing on the highest goal. Sometimes the living entity may control his senses for maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and again the senses take over. We have seen that, isn't it? Why? Because of the body. So when we think that we are this body, and then the senses take control. The senses take control. And these senses are ever burning like fire. So now what is the solution? The solution is to engage in the service of Rishikesh. Because this conditioning is in all species. Padma Purana explains that, what I say, Jala Jala Navalakshani. There are 900 species of aquatics, living entities who live in water. They are also doing the same thing. Fish is always looking for something that he can get his tongue on all day. And there are about 2 million species, Stabara, those of plants and trees. They are there also enjoying life in their own way. They are enjoying sunshine, and sometimes they are enjoying rain. And then Rudrika, Kirmayu Rudrika, insects and reptiles. There are about 1,100,000 species. They are also under the control of their senses. And then there are 1 million species of birds. They are flying here trying to catch some insects. Some are trying to enjoy fruits, some enjoy flowers. They are busy. And then Next are those animals that are four-legged. They are 3 million. They are doing the same thing. And then Manusha, Chatur Manusha, Lakshani. The human beings, they are about 400,000 species. So they are doing the same thing. So it goes on from different species. As Bhagavatam says, Svanaiva karmana pradatta sukha dukkhayo. That there is no one who creates happiness and distress for anyone, but the living entity, jivitam maranam jantur, he creates his destination and happiness wherever he goes by his activities. So this goes on in this Brahmanda. Brahmanda Brahmite Konya Bhaga Jiv Guru Krishna Prasade Bhakti Latta Beach. So as he travels in this Brahmanda, he may meet a guru. By the mercy of Krishna, and then by the mercy of Krishna and Guru, the kripa of devotion may be implanted in his heart. After many, many, many years of wandering, do you remember that? Those who are devotees? How did you feel when you first met the devotees? You don't remember? Of course, in Bharat Bhumi, there is no difference. But if you live in New York, you live in London, there's a difference. I was working in an engineering office, mining engineering, as a young man. I was wearing suits from Italy, Vincenzo, Pierre Cardin, from Paris. I thought life is just good. Yes, because ignorance makes you feel good, even though you are rotating in this Brahmananda. And then one day, I was in the city of gold, Johannesburg. I had ching, 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 ching. I looked, there was these Hare Krishnas. I never saw these people. Who are these people? Wow, it was amazing. They were effulgent. Their effulgence dissipated my gloominess. I thought, I never saw people like this. So then my mind began to wonder, who are these people? Why they are so happy, nonchalant, on the street. And then they gave me a card. On that card it was written, come to the oasis, come to the Hare Krishna Center. I was thinking, I want to see this place, oasis. And then I came, and the rest was history. Everything was different. Even the smell of incense was like so spiritual. Yeah, I never had such sweet incense. So now this is the jiva coming in contact with his original position. It feels different. And it's a wonderful experience. And then again, I met Guru, and I was initiated. That first initiation means a lot. Now, from being Bhakta so, your name is Jagat Guru Das. You see? So you feel different. Why? Because now you are being introduced to the Achyuta Gotra, the family of Achyuta. Huh? It feels different, at least if you appreciate. For me, it was like that. It felt different. Now your name is so, Dasi, your name is so. It feels different. It felt different. And the chanting became very nectarine. The prasadam became more and more sweet. The kirtans, like the devotee was singing just now, they sing so sweet. Yeah. He sings like he just came from Gandharva-loka. Yeah. So in that way, everything became very attractive in the beginning. The kirtans are so sweet, prasadam is so sweet. Why is that? Adaram Maduram. There's a song, famous song in India. Adaram Maduram is that everything about Krishna is very sweet. His face is sweet. His smile is sweet. Gopya Maduram. Even his gopis are sweet. Everything that is connected with Krishna is very sweet. So when the living entity experiences this sweetness in Krishna consciousness, and then he loses the taste of the other life. So therefore, the Shastra says that by engaging in the service of Rishikesha, Rishikena, Shivanam Bhakti Uchati, one can give up the designations, which keeps him in the material world. So that is the beauty of the Bhagavatam. So the Bhagavatam in the beginning, it gave us knowledge about this creation. Atra Sargo Vishagascha. And the secondary creation, that of Lord Brahma. And then Stanam Poshanam Udaya, the protection that the Lord provides when one surrender and take shelter at his lotus feet. And then explains more about the planetary system. Manvantari Isha Anukata, the different Manvantaras who come at different times. And then the science of God. And it explains about how to elevate ourselves to our original position. And then Nirodha Muktir Ashraya. Muktir means liberation. So this chapter is just about that, about liberation. How to attain liberation from the jaws of this crocodile called material nature. And then eventually Ashraya, how to take shelter. Because the living entity, by nature he is Ashraya or subordinate. But due to conditioning, he thinks that he is the boss of this material world. Therefore, Krishna says, Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmana sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kataham iti manyate. So the material nature makes him a great fool. But he thinks that he is in control. Because why? He thinks that he is in control of material nature. So that's a problem in the material world. That we are trying to hold on to material nature, but material nature is not and does not come under our control. The only way is tasmat gurum prapajati jigyasur shreya uttamam. That upon meeting the Guru, one should ask, what is the greatest benefit for me in life? Shreya uttama means the greatest benefit in life. What is the great benefit for me in life? Yes, what is the greatest benefit? And then the Guru will explain what is the greatest benefit. That the greatest benefit is the treasure of devotional service. And then when the living entity is engaged in devotional service under the guidance of the spiritual master, and then he begins to experience this life of bliss. Therefore, every morning we sing, Shri Guru Charana Padima Kevala Bhagati Sadima Arana Kuriho Mane Asha. We say, within my heart, I accept the words emanating from my Gurudev as my life and soul. It's very nice to sing like that and dance. But to put it in practice, it's not easy. I accept the instructions of my Gurudev as my life and soul. It's not easy. I've been a disciple for over 40 years now. Maya is constantly checking on you. Are you really serious? You want to go back to Godhead? Look what I have. This material is so wonderful. Maybe there are no apples. Maybe where you are going, there will be no sabji. Maya is constantly presenting wonderful things. Just like there's a story, some old story of a disciple who traveled with his sannyas guru. They traveled and traveled and traveled. They came to this place, a very beautiful city. But this city was run by gundas. Everything seems very wonderful. So the disciple, he said, Gurudev, I want to go to the market and buy sabjis so that I can cook for you. And then immediately went to the marketplace. Everybody in the marketplace was so friendly. They gave him everything, makkah, ghee, brinjal, bindi, methi, first class, basmati rice. Oh, the disciples are so happy. These people are so nice. Without paying. He was so happy. He took all his groceries. He ran to his guru. Oh, Gurudev, this place is so nice. Look what I have from the market. All free of charge. The guru said, all of this grocery, free of charge? Yes, Gurudev. People are very nice here in this city. I think we should stay here. The guru became suspicious. No, it's not possible. No one can just give you so many items for nothing. This place must be run by criminals. Let's leave this place immediately. The disciple said, Gurudev, I like to stay here. This place is so wonderful. These people are very nice. They were arguing to and fro. The Guru said, let's leave. The disciple, no, I want to stay for some time here. They said, okay, you stay here, I'm going. The Guru took his bag and then he said, I'm leaving. He left. The disciple, he began to enjoy himself, gorging himself with delicacies. He became so fat, doing nothing, just enjoying in the city of the Gundas. So one day, someone was doing a construction of a wall around one house, but this wall was not built proper. Another passerby, as he was passing by this wall, it collapsed and broke his leg. So then the case went to the Gunda king. So on this, the king said, a person who should be arrested is the one who built the wall. So they came to this man. He said, no, I'm a constructor. I just hire people. And then the person who was hired to build the wall, when he was arrested, he said, no, it's not my fault. The person who was bringing water, he was always late. That's why the cement was not mixed proper. The arrested person. The person who was mixing cement, who was collecting water to mix cement, he said, it's not my fault. When I was going to fetch water, there was one young lady who used to dance so nice outside the balcony. So I got distracted. That's why I was late. This lady should be arrested. So then they arrested the lady. So then the Gunda king said she should be sentenced because she distracted all these people to the point where the wall was not built correctly. Poor young lady, she didn't know what to do. So they put a noose on her neck to hang her. But she was so slim that the noose did not fit. So the servants of the king, they told the king, we can't hang her. The noose is not fitting on her neck. So okay, take her out, go and look for somebody else who will fit on the nook, on that, on that rope. So they went around, they found this disciple. He had become so fat. They said, this fellow will fit in that rope. Let's take him and hang him. So they took him. He was wondering, I didn't commit any crime, but why are you arresting me? So this Gunda said, we don't know where have you come from. You must be a criminal. We don't know you. And then the king said, yes, he should be hanged. So, but the news went around and his guru got the news that his disciples was falsely accused at that city of benightedness. The guru came. He didn't go very far. He was just around. And he came. He rushed to that place where the disciple was about to be hanged. And he told the king, O king, today is very auspicious day. Anybody who dies in your kingdom will become the next king. The king. Therefore, I want to be put on the news instead of this young man. The king said, you want to come back and take over my kingdom? No, I won't allow you that. And he put himself there so that he can die and come back. So and then immediately when the king put the rope up around his neck, and then the guru grabbed that disciple and ran away from that place. So in that way, the mercy of the guru can work wonderfully in many situations. So the material world is so attractive to some disciples also. But the guru may come and try to take that disciple away from such dangers. This material world is ruled by gundas. It seems okay, but actually, one step, you are in trouble. Huh? So the moral of the story is that there could be any danger in material existence. So by the mercy of the Guru, one can be saved and be taken back home, back to Krishna. Otherwise, the material world is a glaring, artificial situation, but it's full of dangers. So therefore, this verse is just giving us a hint into the dangers of material existence, how the living entity struggles, and the only way out is when he is being blessed by a bona fide guru, and then his struggle can end. So in that way, we are very fortunate to have come in contact with this great movement, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That is why we say, Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyabari Pachasa Desatarine. Obeisances to you, all servant of Saraswati Thakur, who is so kindly distributing the mercy of Gaura, and in that way delivering the Western world that is permeated with impersonalism and voidism. It's a very, very, very wonderful pranam to Srila Prabhupada. You are so kindly preaching the message of Gaura, in that way delivering the Western world, which is permeated with impersonalism and voidism. So in that way, the spiritual master go out of his way to extend the mercy of Krishna to the conditioned souls. So that is why every day we offer our prayers, we offer our Guru Puja to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, of course, and our Gurus, because they have the same business to deliver the conditioned souls. So in that way, one with a grateful heart will receive the mercy from these acharyas. And that is how we get the rope to come out of this material world. So in that way, this verse is very, very important in regard to the conditioning life. It says, this is Prabhupada. He says, accepting the roles of male and female in human society, the conditioned souls unite in sexual relationship. Thus, they constantly make material endeavors to eliminate their unhappiness and unlimitedly increase their pleasure. But one should see that they inevitably achieve exactly the opposite result. In other words, their happiness inevitably vanishes as they grow older. Their material discomfort increases. So that is the nature of the material world, according to Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada, one of the 9 Yogendras. So we'll stop here and see if you have any questions.
You rightly said that Guru is required, and without Guru you can't reach to the Krishna. So, but I found sometimes I follow one guru, and the Guru disappeared. He doesn't take care of us.
He
Then
doesn't
I
take
have
care of.
to select another group. Is it right?
So the Guru disappears. Where does he go?
He doesn't take care.
You don't know?
It happens in my life.
Yeah?
It happens in my life. It is in my life journey. I have seen, I selected 3 or 4 gurus,
Yes.
and
They all disappeared.
they are disappeared and not taken care of me. I tried to find out. So I'm just asking you this question, sir.
Okay, you can, we have a course in ISKCON called Guru and Disciple course. You should attend that course. That course will tell you how to get a bona fide Guru who won't run away and disappear from you.
But I have never I'm not criticizing any guru, but I followed only Krishna.
You follow only Krishna.
Only Krishna, and Krishna only showed me the way also.
Yes.
So, because I felt myself that Krishna always come whenever you get any problem. So I then decided that I should adopt only Krishna as my guru.
Okay. Krishna also is Guru. Ichaita Guru, super soul in the heart. It's okay. You can accept Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhu.
You were mentioning in the lecture that after 30 years also we can fall down for the senses because we are identifying with the body, I am this body. Like, what are some symptoms in our day-to-day life we can see that we are bodily conscious and how to come out of this?
Repeat that.
Like you are mentioning, we are identifying
Oh,
with
it
the
takes
body.
time to not identify with the body. Yes, it's true.
What are some symptoms we can identify in our day-to-day life? We are in bodily conscious, how to come out of this?
Yes, that's a good question. What are the symptoms of that we are in bodily concept? We identify with material qualities. Like I belong to this race, to this nationality. We become attached to the countries where we were born, etc. As a result of that, we see distinction. A person who has realized that he's not this body, he doesn't see the difference between him and other living beings. Therefore, he cannot harm even an ant. Just like Mirgari the hunter, he was killing animals, enjoying killing animals. And then after meeting Narada Muni, he was afraid even of stepping on ants. So that's a sign that now we have been purified. Because these ants also are living entities. So that's a sign. But if we still think that we can kill ants, we can kill mosquitoes, we can kill a rat, it's okay, and then we have a problem. Yeah, that's the test. If we still think that we are this body, we belong to this country, we see in terms of the differentiation, in terms of the body, and then that means nothing has happened. We are just licking honey from outside the bottle of honey. Yes. It's not an easy thing to break through. It takes a lot of surrender. Yeah? It's just like it says in the scripture that a brahmachari, he doesn't go to eat until the guru tell him go and eat. A brahmachari should not go to sleep if he's a servant of the guru until the guru says go and eat and sleep. That's not easy. But it breaks you from the shells of this body. But the breaking is very painful. Not easy. Yeah, but that the guru tell you, you are a donkey. You're so stupid. Oh, it hurts so much. I'm a graduate, I'm an IT graduate from University of Mumbai. This guru is telling me I'm a Muda. It feels so painful. Oh. Yeah. You see? But that's the medicine for breaking our bodily concept. Have you seen a guru who can chastise like that? I said so many before. Yeah. Tell you, stupid. Yeah. We have no brain. We are like just a donkey. Oh, it feels so painful. But that's the remedy, that's the medicine for brahmacharya. Yeah. Yeah, it breaks this fog of bodily concept. But of course, I'm not recommending that you be chastised. I can take chastisement myself. I've taken a lot. But I'm not advocating that you should be chastised. It's just like examples. Because the mercy of the Guru, it comes as a blessing, but it comes as chastisement also. Yeah. So that's how we can tell how much we have advanced out of bodily concept. Yes. When someone criticizes this body, you get upset. Yes. Because we are still attached to it. It's just like there's a story of one man. He was trying to avoid death. So he was a sculptor. He made all these statues that looked like him to try to trick Maharaj. So when these statues were complete, he stood. He made statues looking exactly like him. And then he would stand. When then he stood in between these statues, like one of them, Yamaraj came. He looked at these statues, said, what a horrible work is this? Who is this stupid man who made this? And then the man came out from his side, why are you criticizing my work? Said, oh, you are here, I came to get you. You see? His ego couldn't hide. Oh yeah, it's my work. Why are you criticizing me? Oh yeah, you are here amongst these statues. Okay, come. So that way, when someone say something about our work, we come out. Oh yeah, how dare you to criticize my art? Yes. It brings out who we are. Okay, any other question?
When we are not standing in front of the Lord, when we are roaming in the outer world, then how to control our eyes, how to control our senses, and
Repeat again.
when we are not standing in front of the Lord,
When we are not standing, yes?
when we are roaming in the outer world, then how to control our senses, means eyes.
When we are roaming outside the world. How to control our senses. It's very simple. You should always carry japamala. This is japa can control your mind. While out in the world, walking in your Mumbai city, you can just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Even the people that see you chanting, they will never even bother you. Because they will think, this guy is not really part of us. That's how you control your mind, by engaging the mind always in devotional service. Man mana bhava mad bhakto mam yaji namaskuru. Krishna says, become my devotee, worship me, engage your mind always in thinking about me. So japa will help us to remember Krishna. Our process is smaranam. Anti kalu chamam eva. Kalivaram, smaram kalivaram. So the process that we are following is that of smaranam, remembering Krishna. So you can remember Krishna here in the temple while taking darshan, but when you go out also, you can carry the beauty of Radharasbihari in your mind. That's why Krishna says, always think of me, O Arjuna, while carrying out your duty of fighting. So we can also remember Krishna at work, in university, at school. We can also remember Krishna. So that's a process, the smaranam, to remember Krishna. The best way of doing that is to always have japamala. Don't just chant 16 rounds and leave japa at home and say, I'm done. No, not like that. Krishna says always. Satatam kintayantomam. He says those devotees who are Mahatmas tumam pata, they are always chanting my glories. Yes. So you can do that by always carrying japamala wherever you are. That will remind you of Krishna. Thank you very much for wonderful questions. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.